Hi everyone and welcome back. In this video I'll show you how I captured the Moon and Mars conjunction with three telescopes. The Dwarf 3 Smart Telescope, a $50 zoom telescope from Temu, very affordable, that has a focal length from 420 to 800 millimeters focal length attached to a camera, and I'll be using also a 2x Barlow lens to get the best resolution possible. The third telescope is my 10-inch Skywatcher Quattro 250p Newtonian at 1000mm focal length and at f4 focal ratio. Now let's begin. I'll show you how I captured the lunar and Mars conjunction using the Dwarf 3 Smart Telescope. I was actually shopping. Once I got out from the supermarket, I did have to wait a little bit. I was in the parking lot of the supermarket, and here is the Moon and Mars conjunction capture with my smartphone. I was at Kaufland and I just took out the Dwarf 3 from the car and opened the Dwarflab app. It was very easy. I connected and entered the photo mode. After that, I have centered the moon using also the wide field lens to see the position, and it took me a few seconds to center the moon in the middle of the screen. After we started tracking the moon, we noticed that the moon was not in focus. So we selected autofocus, and Dwarf 3 performed the autofocus correctly. And we started first a short 4K video. And here we can see also the planet Mars, very small in the corner of the image. I zoomed in, but at under 2-inch aperture, it's not possible to see any details. For this, we need a large telescope and long focal length. We can see the live field view that Mars is somewhere in the corner, because I still needed to adjust the position to fit also the moon, and Mars was at higher distance when I started imaging with the Dwarf 3. I decided to go with a shutter speed of 1/400 of a second and with gain 20. We started a short live stack for the lunar and Mars conjunction. Dwarf 3, it will start stacking the moon live, and we'll be able to see the moon sharper and sharper. And let's zoom in a little bit, and already we can see very nice details on the moon surface. And I decided for this test to just go with a short stack of 10. Now let's see the results, how the final live stack looks after stacking 10 images of the moon and Mars. And we got to about 10 images. Let's zoom and see Mars. Is there, we can see it, and the moon is in very nice details for only 10 images. Now we finished the plan. I stopped the live stack and turned off the Dwarf 3 Smart Telescope. By the way, if you are interested in buying the Dwarf 3 Smart Telescope, affiliate links are available in the video description. Now let's see how I captured the moon with a second telescope. The affordable $50 to $60 telescope that I bought from Temu. It's a zoom telescope / super telephoto lens, but it's more of a telescope that you can use it also as a telephoto lens with an adapter. This affordable telescope has 420mm to 800mm focal length, and you can manually change the focal length that you use. And I selected the 800mm focal length and decided also to use a 2x Barlow lens that was at a different distance from the camera sensor and acted as a 3x Barlow lens. So instead of 800mm, I had around 2400mm focal length. And as a camera, I decided to go with the Sony a7C full-frame camera. And this is why I selected also the Barlow lens, because having the full-frame camera, we have a wider field of view, and I had the possibility to add also the Barlow there. So first I found the moon, focused, then I decided to use also an affordable equatorial mount, the Star Adventure 2i, to be able to track the moon and be able to capture more. And after that, I played a little bit with the buttons of the mount and with the camera until I was happy with the framing. I had the moon visible and Mars. Then I started a 4K video recording. It was a little bit harder to focus, having a manual focus ring, but after I finished everything, I just had to play the play button and start the video. Here is how the moon looks through the 2-inch zoom telescope from Temu in a 4K recording. After this, I decided to take a plan with normal photos using the intervalometer option, and I took a few hundred photos at maximum resolution. However, I decided in the end to just stack the 4K video using a lunar planetary stacking software. In this case, I've just used AutoStacker and PIP, and this is the result that I was able to get with a 2-inch telescope. Let's check the moon and zoom a little bit to see these amazing details. And yeah, I was really impressed to see that this telescope can get this amazing quality and great details of the lunar surface. The third telescope was a 10-inch Newtonian telescope, the Skywatcher Quattro 250p at 1000 mm focal length. I've used also dedicated astrophotography camera, the Altair 26C. Then I've pointed the telescope towards the moon, framed a little bit the moon better so we can see also Mars, and I started a live stack using sharp cap. And here we can zoom in a little bit more to see the amazing details that I was able to get in just a few minutes with the 10-inch telescope using the live stacking feature from sharp cap. And let's zoom a little bit and see some lunar craters. We can see Tycho crater and other craters on the edge of the moon that have more contrast. We can see also very clear Sinus Iridium, also Plato crater, Copernicus crater, and also many others, but the moon being close to full moon, we lost contrast in many of these craters. But looking on the 10-inch telescope live stack, I can see a visible difference in the sharpness and details that I was able to obtain compared with the other two. And let's show a little bit also the other two images and compare. And I have to say the Dwarf 3 did really well compared with others, considering we have only 150 mm for the Dwarf 3 and it's optimized for deep sky astrophotography. However, the zoom telescope from Temu that has 800 mm focal length, and with the 3x Barlow, I had like 2400 mm focal length, normal to get much better results and details on the lunar surface compared with the Dwarf 3. And the third telescope, obviously the 10-inch, having 10-inch aperture, and even if we had only 1000 mm focal length, still was able to get the sharpest image and the best details. Also, if you are interested in any of these equipment like the Dwarf 3 or the zoom telescope from Temu or the 10-inch telescope, affiliate links are available in the video description. This was the results. Hope you enjoyed the test, and I do want to give big thanks to all the channel members. It means a lot that you are supporting the channel, and if you want also to support the channel, hit the join button and you'll also get access to cool perks like getting access to my astrophotography data. Well, this is all for tonight. Thanks for watching and hope I see you in the next video. Clear sky everyone.